world is gonna take its toll on you and all of your stuff. Just when you think you're getting over, time and circumstance will call your bluff and leave you out there on the edge of the world, feeling the zen. Sound of one hand clapping, no way out, and what then? Rich man got
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Gascally Status from GearWorks.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel here on YouTube, as well as the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube, here with another episode of Out of the Box. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing the, I always get that wrong, Logitech G432 7.1 surround sound headset, and this is my review unit right here. So, few things about the basic description of this headset. First of all, it just came out in February of 2019, so very early in February, if I remember correctly. The headset right now goes for about $70 on Amazon, $69.99. It has 50 millimeter audio drivers inside the cups, a swing to mute microphone, which is very handy for gamers and streamers. And has its inline audio control here on the back of the left cup. So no controls inline in the cable, but they are on the back of the cup for some decent convenience. It also is compatible with the DTS 2.0 surround sound spec, and we'll talk about that a little more later. So basic build construction of this headset. It's a $70 headset, so maybe it shouldn't come as a surprise that it's not the best build construction and quality. It's not nearly as nice as a Razer set, and definitely not as nice as a Corsair or Steel Series headset. Very kind of inexpensive, plasticky construction on the ear cups. The headband is also not nearly as comfortable as a Corsair or Steel Series headset. Also fairly narrow for those with a slightly larger noggin, and not a lot of meat to the headband cushion inside here. Also not as comfortable as Steel Series' kind of one size fits everyone stretch to meet headband. For those of you who have used the Steel Series or watched, actually I haven't done a formal review of the Steel Series, so hopefully you'll know what I'm talking about there. Ear cups are not horrible, but they're just, again, not nearly as nice as some of those other higher-end headsets. But again, you're paying $70 for it. This is an out-of-the-box episode, so I haven't actually tested these, so I don't know about sound quality or audio of the earphones, or about the audio quality of the mic, so it'll go under testing this week for me to vet that. And lastly, on build construction, the cable also is just a standard rubber cable. It's not a nylon cable. It doesn't feel as nice as some other headsets as well. So on overall design, like I mentioned, you don't get any inline controls on the rubber inline cable. You do have this one here, and then you do have the swing to mute mic. That's particularly nice, like I said, for gamers and streamers who, a lot of times with some mics, I have to wind up securing the audio at my Elgato Stream Deck, because when you, sometimes when you mute a mic, depending on how you do it, it kills the sound for the, when you mute it with the Stream Deck, it kills the audio for the live stream, but doesn't kill it if you're doing a local audio recording. So having a hardware mute function is also very nice. So I do appreciate that. This, for me, sometimes it's a little difficult for me to sometimes feel where these controls are. This is a bit nicer on a Steel Series and on the Corsair. Sometimes they're kind of small buttons, and it's difficult for me to feel exactly where they are. It's nice here having the dial And it's also nice here that it is right underneath the hinge for the ear cup, because if I can't find the dial, I can reach up and feel that edge and then just slide down and actuate the volume control underneath it. So that should work out pretty well. I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't have some other features up here, um, but as far as physical control surfaces that some other headphones do offer, um, but in particular in terms of power indicator lights or anything like that. The other thing with this, again, for gamers and streamers going for that aesthetic, you also don't get any RGB lighting with this. Again, it's only a $70 headset. Um, One thing that is neat when we talk about the extras goodies that you do get, it does come with a splitter cable, which again for streamers comes in for me very handy. Lots of times I have to reroute audio a particular way, particularly if I have to get in a party chat and if that party chat's coming in over Discord or some other method. So you do get a line here that takes the single-ended 4-pole 3.5mm connector here at the end of the headset and splits it out into discrete headphone and headphone input and microphone output jacks. I'm not sure if you could see probably not going to be able to see the symbols there on the end. But you do get that, so that's very nice. I have a few of these already, but I certainly can always use more. Um, and then this is of particular value. You do get a DAC, or digital audio controller, that comes with the G432. You just, if I can find the 3.5mm jack, you just plug that into the end, and then you get a USB capable, basically a sound card that you could plug into a PC. The other thing that I really like about these is this DAC, all the smarts for it are housed here. So and I have this still from my old Logitech G430s that I had way back in the day. You can keep the DAC even if you don't have the headset, or if the headset breaks one day. The DAC is fully functional by itself, and you can connect it to another 3.5mm headset. Now, the DTS 2.0 surround sound codec smarts are in this. So when we talk about this headset being compatible with that codec, again, that's implemented here in the DAC. So this is a pretty nice, decent add-on value, again, for a $70 headset. That's not too bad a deal. So we've talked about functionality, we've talked about build quality. The last thing I want to talk about a little bit is about design. The other unfortunate thing with this is the same design that has been in this headset line for, I don't know, man. I mean, it's got to be like the last 5 to 8 years, maybe, perhaps longer. These are the exact same style of headset that has been here since like the Xbox 360 days. And when you stack it up against, again, a Corsair or a Steel Series, those designs are relatively progressive. You know, Steel Series or Corsair is always coming out with headsets that improve on the overall aesthetic and design. Again, they may not be to your particular taste, but they're always progressing. Same thing with Steel Series and their Arctis lines. And so, you know, gamers these days, it's almost required to have a headset, for multiplayer. Headsets typically tend to be the way that streamers go as well, or a lot of them do in some cases, rather than a standalone mic, because it simplifies them, again, being both getting their voice into the stream audio and also getting it into party chat. So, and a lot of times, those gamers are looking to get a product that satisfies their needs for a fairly low cost. And it's also nice to be then in your stream and have something that looks good as well. These just don't look quite as good as some of the other headsets that are on the market, so that's kind of a negative. Of course, at the end of the day, the real proof in the pudding is in the audio quality of the speakers in the ear cups and in the mic, and that's what we're going to be testing later on this week. So if you have any questions about the Logitech G432 7.1 surround sound headset, in the meantime, feel free to hit me up either with comments on the YouTube video or via my Twitter handle. That's going to do it for me. This has been another episode of Out of the Box featuring the Logitech G432 7.1 surround sound headset. Catch me in my live streams during the week, and always feel free to ask me any questions on streaming tech, PCs, and gaming in general. That's going to do it for me. I'm out.
Absolute beginners came to Georgetown. They were wearing Harris tweed and pork pie hats. They'd slit your throat and throw you in the gutter, but it's all you can expect from men like that. The bus is bound for Niles Bend Harbor. The ladies wear perfume